Hey, what's up, people? This is Stormland. Thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's beer reviews. Today, I'm going to be drinking Crabbies Original Alcoholic Ginger Beer. All right, it's a 4% ABV, 500 milliliter bottle. Um, on the back here, it says that it's a product of the United Kingdom, um, which is really cool. I love my England beers, all right, and it's been established since 1801. I just want to make sure that Crabbies is the actual brewery because it says John Crabby and Company. So there you have it, people. Well, in writing they don't call themselves a brewery, but they are considered the John Crabby and Company. So right back here, there's an English and there's a French, and it says quite briefly, for more than 200 years, Crabbies has shipped its ginger from the Far East, following in the pioneering footsteps of the first Scottish merchant adventurers. Hence our distinctive elephant trademark. Following a secret recipe, the steeped ginger is combined with quality ingredients and matured for 8 weeks to release a deliciously distinctive flavor. Alright, that's pretty cool. So they mentioned the elephant. You got an elephant for a bottle cap, and the elephant is standing on top of trademark registered um, logo. So aside from that, clearly we have a little bit of a floral. I'd like to call them floral hops, but they could just be not floral hops. Anyways, people, I don't know my hops as well as I should. I mean, like, I don't know what they look like, right? I know what the average hop looks like. Yeah, floral hops, I couldn't tell the difference. Anyways, I'm going to be drinking out of this glass right here. It's just a plain old dollar store, um, basically like a flute glass. That's the best that I'm going to be able to put that one for you. And here we go. Wow, that was a freaking huge pop, man. I don't even know where that went. I'm going to have to look at the video footage to find that one out. Something telling me it went behind me and to the left, but I'm not too sure. Anyways, let's pour this down and see what it's going to look like. Just as I suspected, it looks like your typical apple cider. In color, it looks very much like apple juice. Whew! I can totally smell the ginger in that one. Wow, it smells like ginger ale. I'll give you that. And with the carbonation and the fizziness, the only thing the only thing you're adding really is the alcohol, right? Because ginger ale is pop. Oh, that smells really good. I'm not a big fan of ginger. When I have wasabi and sushi, there's always been that little, the actual ginger, I believe, plant. It seems very, very floral. It seems like a flower almost, like a rose petal or something like that. That's the kind of texture that it is when you're eating it. That the smell of that ginger is exactly the smell of this beer. All right, you know what? That's pretty good for something new. I'll tell you that. There's something about ginger that I don't like, and that's that the very, very back of your palate, you pick up on this. It's an uncomfortable spiciness, almost kind of, where the spice of the ginger literally hits you at the back of the tongue, and it seems almost peppery. Um, it's not very comfortable. It's not something that you want all the time, right? So, uh, putting that aside, um, it tastes identical to ginger, and then you have the faintest bit of that ginger, peppery, uh, spicy, almost kind of aftertaste. Just a hint. So you got the greatest qualities of a ginger in your beer here, and you're taking away all of the negative qualities. So this is definitely a plus in my books, especially for people who don't like ginger or ginger ale. I would even recommend trying this because it literally does take all the harshness out of the ginger. It takes all the negatives out, the common negatives that people don't like about ginger. Now, to add to that, it's a 4% ABV. It's 4% alcohol by volume, okay? One thing that I'm going to say about this, as highly carbonated as it looked when I poured it, the carbonation throughout the beer is, clearly to me distinguishable as a low to almost medium quality in carbonation. You can't really see much in here, but I can tell you, it's there's not too many bubbles. It looks like the bubbles that you get from a pop or something, right? Probably get more bubbles with pop. Anyway, that aside, geez, what was I getting at? Lost for words here, people. Yeah. So if you were to drink a lower alcohol content beer, you'd get this watery effect. One thing that I'm definitely picking up from this beer is that it being a 4% ABV mixed with the ginger flavor that we're picking up on in here. I can tell you right now that malts and hops aside, whatever is in here, you purely pick up on the ginger and the clarity of the water, and that's the best way that I've ever really been able to put explaining that a beer's watery while having carbonation, blah 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 blah. Exactly what I said. That's the best way I've ever put it. So, honestly, all around, this is actually, it's even worth the price. Okay, it was $3 and something, $3.50. Might be mixing it up with another beer that I saw at $3.35. Somewhere around there, people. It's not $4. Okay, so it's under $4. You're not paying too much for a beer that doesn't really provide enough alcohol to really make it worth your while. I mean, some people are out there and they prefer to have a higher alcohol content in their beer, not because they want to feel the effects, but because it adds to the character, it adds to the body of the beer. This, on the other hand, I almost kind of find this like a low-fat approach, except it's got some, pardon my French, it's got some balls to it. All right, it's not sweet. You're going into it expecting like this harsh ginger taste, and then in the ending, it ends up being a perfect, well-balanced ginger beer that I've ever had in my life. I've had like ginger beer pops before, and I'm telling you right now, I've that nasty, peppery, spicy aftertaste that you get from the ginger was like times 10 in that pop, and this is like perfect. All right, you cannot get any better in the world of less pepper and less spiciness from a ginger that I've ever experienced. All right, people. I've been hooting and hollering about this beer. Time's been rolling. I think it's safe to say that I can come to a conclusion on a rating for this beer. Not ever having a ginger beer before, honest to God, I could give this a 10 out of 10, but I do not, I don't have any other ginger beers to compare it to, so to be just on the safe side. Also, I've never ever given a beer a 10 in my life. Okay, ginger beer, the quality of this brew, all right, I'm gonna give you a 9 out of 10. All right, this is phenomenal. And if it wasn't for the two elements that I just threw in there, okay, I'd give you a 10 out of 10. But it's a 9 out of 10. Put my foot down. You can feel it. All right, people. Thanks for joining me on another one of Chris's beer reviews. Don't drink and drive, but drink responsibly, people. Cheers.